to view us live on an iPad, iPhone or BlackBerry, and you can also download the Channels TV app for the Android and Nokia 920 devices from their respective stores. Well, the president may not have openly declared to run for a second term, but the Arewa Consultative Forum is asking the president not to contemplate it. Well, the leaders of the group say it's the turn of the North to occupy the exalted position. Therefore, it would be wrong to have the president contest again. Well, before now, some leaders of the ACF, that's the Arewa Consultative Forum, General Lawrence Onoja and Senator John Washpan, were part of the delegation that met the president with some politicians from the Niger Delta and declared support for him.
Politicians, retired public servants, businessmen and women from the north. The aim of the meeting was to discuss issues concerning the region. Top on the agenda is the agitation for a northern president in 2015.
We would want to see in 2015 a northern president. And therefore, we are surprised that some of our members who have taken part in the decisions we have taken, they go and then go to him. And we now know that they have been tricked by Edwin Clark, and they have now apologized to us.
Oh, he can contest 3 times. He can contest, but we'll beat him. Simple.
Apart from demanding that the North should produce the next president in 2015, people at the gathering also want INEC to conduct all elections in one day. This method, they believe, has succeeded in some African countries like Kenya, and if adopted for the next election in Nigeria, it will go a long way to reduce election malpractice.
The whole of election could be done in one day, so that they don't have to take a lot of time. Because even Kenya, they have 7 elections on the same day. All the same 7, and they do it one day. Why divide it into, if you want a free and fair election, you should do it all on the same day.
Determined to return power to the North, the Forum is also making frantic efforts to reconcile the Northern Governors Forum. The unity of the governors, according to the ACF chairman, Mr. Aliko Mohammed, is paramount to the realization of a president from a northern part of the country in 2015. Although 2 candidates from the north, Ibrahim Shekarau of the All Nigeria People's Party and General Muhammadu Buhari of the Congress for Progressive Change, lost to President Jonathan in 2011, no particular candidate from the region is yet to be endorsed by the Forum ahead of 2015. But it is believed by many that with the seeming divisions among the northern politicians and leaders, it may be difficult to realize such ambition.
More on elections. Kwara State is set to hold its council elections, and the government promises the contestants and participating political parties are free and fair polls. While the ruling party says the elections are as good as won by the PDP, the Opposition Action Congress of Nigeria says the ACN is going to the local government polls stronger than ever.
Of the newly inaugurated Kwara. The Governor of Rivers State, Chibike Amechi, has expressed his concern over the 2015 general elections in the face of the disagreement trailing the outcome of the Governors Forum's recent chairmanship election. The governor was speaking when the former Minister of Petroleum, Professor Tam David West, visited him in Port Harcourt.
Well, the crime wave in Edo State may appear to be on the rise, but the police there believes that it's doing a lot to reduce it. The Edo State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Fulusho Adebayo, told journalists that in spite of the high crime rates in the state, his command is winning the battle. And to illustrate this, he paraded 36 suspected criminals said to have been arrested within the last 2 months.
Large cache of ammunition and firearms were paraded alongside the suspects. Among those paraded are suspected cultists involved in the recent cult clashes in the state. Some of the suspects confessed to the crime, while others deny involvement.
We are monitoring them.
The Edo State Police Commissioner restated his commitment towards ensuring a safe state for the people. The command says all suspects will be charged to court once arrests are made.
To Aviation News, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAAN, has defended the grounding of an aircraft belonging to Kavok Airlines from Kenya. The agency's general manager in charge of corporate communications, Mr. Yakubu Dati, told journalists that the airline will be released when cleared by relevant security agencies.
It arrived on 3rd of June at 18:36 hours, and the aircraft is a DC-9 with the registration number 5Y-SAX. Total number of passenger 18, made up of 15 crew members and 3 passengers, said to be deportees. The security agencies have discovered that certain procedures were not complied with, and that is why the aircraft has been grounded and is going through security routine at the moment. And as soon as the areas or grey areas are clarified, it will be released according to the laws of the land.
The Acting Executive Secretary, Tertiary Education Trust Fund, Mr. Aliyu Neya, today at the ongoing 2013 ministerial platform, said the organization will ensure that all its projects are completed. Mr. Neya said the TET Fund achieves this through monitoring of projects and having a systematic procedure of releasing funds before, during and long after completion of education projects.
So far, TET Fund commenced this project in 2009, and the sum of 84.4 billion naira has already been committed. The program is at its 4th phase, and 25 billion naira has already been earmarked for the 2013 phase. Now, what are the institutions that benefited during these phases? In phase 1, the list of institutions are there. 6 universities, including NDA 7, 6 colleges of education, 6 polytechnics. Same thing with phase 2, where we had University of Jos, Kogi State University, HEBU, Federal Poly Movie.
10,177 new classrooms have been constructed in the states. As our last monitoring in April. 6,573 classrooms renovated with defaults. Refuse furniture, 509,079 refuse furniture provided. VRT toilets, 4,490. Boreholes, 282. Fencing, 416.
When we come back on News Track, we'll take closing figures from the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The all-share index is down 1.3%.
We also have some sports news. Stay with us.
The highs and lows of the economy touch every part of our daily lives. Understanding its dynamics can be the difference between swimming with the tide or struggling against it. Analyzing government policies and how they shape the economy is what we do every work day. From the financial sector, maritime, the SMEs, telecom to aviation, we engage policymakers and operators in the economy. Watch Business Morning live, Mondays to Fridays, only on Channels Television.
The Naira strengthened at the interbank today, heading for its biggest weekly advance in 10 months as the central bank sold dollars to lenders to support the local currency. The Naira gained 0.9% to 159.65 per dollar, extending this week's gains to 1.9%.
Nigeria's Apex Bank sells dollars at auctions on Mondays and Wednesdays to support the Naira and occasionally offer the U.S. currency directly to lenders to reduce demand. It sold $600 million at auctions this week, unchanged from the previous week. Company news now. Main Street Bank has bounced back to winning ways as its profit for the financial year ended December 2012 hit 24.1 billion naira. The lender's audited report and accounts for the period show the bank turned around